What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the new subscribers, all the likes, all the comments. It's greatly appreciated. I know on one of the videos they said Itty, like right here.
Did that.
I turned Iddy out.
You can clearly see that this is a white dude from the voice. Uh, you can clearly see it's even this white dude right here.
And hang out,
Yeah, look at that.
flirt a little bit, and come back with or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I need it, you know what I'm saying, to make it through the next day.
It happens all the time. They could pimp me out, and make, triple, make more money like that than what they've invested. So for me to live clean and have what I like, I guess when I started hanging around Mark and Mendenhall, they did that.
Limestone is a place filled with men who have spent their lives searching for families. Mark, JG, Mindy, Hips, and Iddy formed a family at Limestone Correctional.
Right, and that's the way we looked at it. We had a
You see, this is not Itty. That's Mendenhall. This guy over here, when they're looking inside the boxes, see, I think
Alabama as an
I think that's the other white one that's being covered up. I think this is him, because this one over here, see, even right here,
It
you can see his hair. He's short hair, skinny. He sounds Caucasian, and then you come over here, and they're saying that this one's Itty. They're saying this one's Itty, right? But this is not Itty. This is Reva. This is Reva. This is somebody they probably pulled up that when they were doing the follow-up of that documentary, they just decided to put this guy on there as a follow-up, like saying, hey, this is Itty. Now he's a full-blown. But this is Reva. This is the Ricky Grice. This is not Itty. He wants to clarify that. He was, I threw him a number out there and he's like, oh, that doesn't even buy a pack of Newports in here. So I'm not going to be entertaining what he has to offer or how much he wants, because like I said, this is not Itty. This is not this guy over here talking.
time they could pimp me out, and make, triple, make more money like that than what they've invested. So for me to live clean and
Okay. This is not this guy that's talking. That's Itty. I don't know what the Itty stands for, but you can see it's in parentheses, like a anonymous. This is not Itty. You know, I was under the impression, as many as other, that this was Itty, because I was going off the documentary. You know, the documentary says his name's Itty over here.
That's something I respect.
I woke up first. And
Did that.
I turned Iddy out.
Okay, this is Addy or Iddy. This is not the same person that's over here at the end of the documentary. These are two totally different people. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Hip's mom visits.
You know what I'm saying? I got my money.
JG got sent to a maximum security facility. Mark is in a monogamous relationship and he quit the Bloods. Itty became a full-blown sissy a year after the filming.
You see, they call him Iddy again, but this is not Iddy. This is Reva. He had nothing to do with the documentary other than the follow-up. As you can see, this is the follow-up. This is letting them know what happened 6 months after, or a year.
What belonged to me, then I was gonna sell them, or they wasn't going anywhere until I got my money.
JG got sent to a maximum security facility. Mark is in a monogamous relationship and he quit the Bloods. Itty became a full-blown sissy a year after the filming.
This is a follow-up after the documentary. So I don't know, whoever went back to do the follow-up probably wasn't the same people that were there doing the documentary to begin with. Because the person would have known this is not Itty from the same. This guy.
Somebody was always
This guy is not this guy over here.
You know what I'm saying? If they couldn't give me back what belonged to me, then I was gonna sell them, or they wasn't going anywhere until I got my money.
JG got sent to a maximum security facility. Mark is in a monogamous relationship and he quit the Bloods. Itty became a full-blown sissy a year after the film.
Yeah. You see, this is not Itty or Addy. This is not the one that got turned out by Mark in the documentary. This is somebody that did the follow-up, but this person's name is Reva. It's not Itty. This is Itty or Addy. And that's for anonymous. We're not even going to
hang out,
guy
getting free dope. He was because I could let him go out and hang out,
Yeah, look at that.
flirt a little bit. And come back with some food, or come back with some cigarettes, or come back with some coffee, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I need it, you know what I'm saying, to make it through the next day.
It happens all the time. They could pimp me out, and make, triple, make more money like that than what they've invested. So for me to live.
Yeah, he looks that looks like that little skinny white dude that's leaning on Mendenhall over here.
But Mark wasn't one to lose control of the situation.
on the street. We lived together.
And that's the way we looked at it. We had a family.
After Mark had found out that I had slept with Minnie, he became
Yeah, see, that's not the same. That's not the this guy is not Itty. This guy is Reva. He's not the Itty in the beginning of the documentary or towards the end. He's not this guy.
and I stayed 33 days. And Mendenhall, by the time I come out, he had hooked up with somebody else.
You see, that's not. They're doing the follow up. This guy has no. It'd be pointless me interviewing this guy. All he did was clarify that he is not Itty. He is Riva. That's what he clarified for me. But nowhere other than this 5-second clip is this guy known in here. That's it. But I was under the impression because they called him Itty and they had him over there colored up into Itty. But the more you look into it, you can see that other guy is Caucasian, and he's probably most likely one of those that is right there with Mendenhall. This guy is not Itty. This is Reva. So it'll be pointless to try to interview this guy because he wasn't in the documentary. Other than they got his picture in here, calling him Itty. He clarified that his name's not Itty, but Reva. So they must have just used this picture for the substitute of Itty. He clarified that, he's not Itty. He's just some guy, some boy that they just threw up in their picture. Because you can go through all this documentary, and he's not even shown nowhere, not even amongst the crowd. He's not even the one that Mark's going in the hump with. So, I don't. It'll be pointless interviewing this guy. He done clarified that he's not Itty. He's not the one that was rubbing on Mark's leg and getting freaky with Mark. That's somebody else. This is just some random guy. That's all it is. He's just some random guy. He is not Itty. He has no valuable information other than him saying, "Hey, that's not me. I'm not Itty. I'm Reva." That's it. Because he don't play. He don't play a part in this documentary. And the only one that threw this guy in that documentary was Charles Hibbs. He's the one saying that he's seen him and Mark kiss. But sometimes Charles, he be lying sometimes. And it seems like he be lying. Some things he is truthful on, and other things, he tries to hide from the truth. Like he's going to expose himself. Like they were both doing the same thing, but he only wants to throw Mark under the bus. And the more I look into it, they were both doing the same shit. They were both indulging, and they were both, like I said it before, they were the Johnson and the Bird of the 80s, the tag team duo. I've never said Charles didn't indulge or wasn't part of it, but he never came on here saying that he wasn't or doing that type of stuff. I had to go find this dude. Only him, Mark, or anybody else that was there knows what really took place. Riva, I mean, he clarified he's not Itty. He's not he's not this guy over here. He's not the one that was drinking Jubilee with Mark and rubbing his leg. He's just some guy that they did at the follow-up, and they threw his picture in there and threw his name in there. That's it. His name is Grice. He's serving life sentence. But he wasn't even, I mean, he's not even the one with Mark in the hump. He got a 5-second clip in here calling him Iddy. And a lot of us in the audience, even myself, but then when you start looking into it, and you're like, man, that sounds like a white dude. The features are like a white dude. You know, this is more like a follow-up. And they said, hey, you know, throw this guy in there. You know, he looks like a boy. You know, that's what the documentary's about. You know, let's embellish this documentary a little bit more. Throwing this feminine looking dude in there. Hey, it's turned out. This is what happens a year later. You know, that's what I think happened. I think that's what Jonathan Schwartz did right there. He embellished the story by making Itty look like he was a full-blown gay. Like he went out full blown. You know, now they had him a year later. They had him in the shadows a year later. Now they had him full blown. You know, so Jonathan Schwartz could have embellished that. Because this guy has no role in this documentary other than saying, hey, a year later. But he clarified it. He's not Itty. He's not this dude. He's not him. This is somebody totally complete. This is anonymous dude. This is not Reva. This is Reva. And he had nothing to do with the documentary. Nothing at all. He's nowhere in this documentary other than saying he's a full-blown sissy now. My boy. So I mean, he clarified that he's not Itty. Itty is the guy, somebody else. This guy's just somebody they threw in there. That's why it's always good to reach out to people and say, hey, you know, what was your role? He's saying he's not Itty. He's not this guy over here. So who is this guy? We don't know. He's anonymous. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know who this guy. We know who this guy is. And his name ain't Itty. It's Reva. So, you know, I just wanted to make a quick little video just to let y'all know out there, you know, because I'm on the same page just like y'all. You know, I'm learning as I go, you know. You know, somebody said, hey, this is Reva. That is not Itty. And it's my job to go out there and research and be like, hey, are you Itty? No, I'm not Itty. I'm Reva. You know, so at that point, I don't see if he's not Itty, this guy can tell me whatever he wants because there's nowhere in that documentary of him talking about anything about Mark, Hips. You know, there's nothing on there. He's not even speaking in that documentary. So for me to hold anything he says at face value, I'd be kind of dumb. You know, he did me the favor of clarifying that he's not Itty. He's Riva, and that's it. Leave it alone. What can I question them and say? Oh, well, you said this in the documentary. You said that in the documentary. Do you remember saying this? Do you remember saying that? No, because he didn't say nothing. All they said that a year later, Iddy was a full blown, and that was it. That was it. So I hope that clarifies a little bit. If anybody wants to reach out to him, y'all are more welcome. Work out a deal with him. But like I said, there's nothing to question him about in that documentary because he didn't say a word. He clarified it. He is not Itty. He is Reva. There's no more to that. That's a dead end. So for me to question him on what? He didn't say nothing in the documentary. He clarified it. I'm not Itty. I'm Reva. That's it. What else can you do? You can't tell you now. If you tell him, hey, I can give you some funds to tell me what. If he already clarified it, there's nothing to question him because there was nothing for him in that documentary. Hopefully it makes sense. I'm gonna drop another video in the morning. Y'all have a good one.